This is the 5 tech things you should know about for August 10th, episode number 92, and it's brought to you by Citrix and GoToAssist Express. Use that code PODCAST for a 30-day free trial. Anonymous is on the attack for November 5th, or are they? Is it a joke? We'll talk about that. Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here. Welcome to the 5 tech things you should know about for all you weekend warriors in tech that don't want too much information overload. Let's get into your 5 tech things you should know about for this week. Yeah, I know, it's not techno, disco, tech, whatever you want to call it, but yay, you know? It is Dr. Dre Beats, and it actually is a significant improvement in laptops and in desktops that have this sound quality in them. Well, HTC saw that, and they said, hey, we want that. Put that into our mobile technology. Want to put it into our smartphones and probably our tablets down the road. That's why they decided to take 51% of stock from the Beats by Dr. Dre. They bought it for $309 million. So they've got a pretty good chunk in there, but in the turn, they can start saying, hey, we have high quality sound in our devices. And they can start saying, we've got Beats by Dr. Dre in our smartphones. We got Beats by Dr. Dre in our tablets. It's a pretty cool idea because a lot of people want to have high quality in their smart devices, because that's what they do is they listen to music on their smartphones. They listen to music on their tablets. And if these tablets have this high quality sound to it, they might just be able to sell a few more. I know for some people that are musicians, they'll buy a tablet that'll have a higher quality sound card in it than they would if there was a better graphics card. Maybe some DJs will start using these big tablets with Dr. Dre Beats in it instead of their laptops. I don't know. It's an interesting thought, and definitely going to raise the bar when it comes to sound over on any type of mobile device. We'll see what HTC has, and of course there's a lot of other computers. I have a laptop upstairs that has Beats by Dr. Dre in it. We'll see what those companies do, if they stick around or if they decide to move to something else. There's a lot of other options, though. I know Sony came out with some great sound systems. Audio Technica has a great sound system in some of the laptops, and there's a lot of different options out there. But this is actually pretty cool, and it kind of makes HTC a little bit more hip. What are your thoughts? Let me know over at Geekazine on Twitter or geekazine@gmail.com. Well, we've had a very turmoilic week. Is that a word, turmoilic? It's a new word, turmoilic week in the stock market. It's actually doing some rebounding here, but some things kind of changed hands here, and the biggest thing was the most valuable stock turned into Apple. ExxonMobil, their price stock slipped to $68.03 per share, giving it a $330.8 billion value. Whereas Apple, who's got $363 per share, is at $337.2 billion. So that makes Apple the most valuable company on the stock market, which is pretty impressive. Whether they get to keep that crown or not, that's yet to be seen. But I know that $337, or $337 billion, excuse me, that's $363, will soon rise back up to $400. I have no doubt in my mind, especially once that iOS 5 comes out, especially once that iPhone 5 comes out, and maybe even another tablet that might not be iPad 2.5 or whatever you want to call it. If it comes out towards the end of the year, I would guess that their stock will go up to $425 by the end of the year. Of course, I'm not a financial expert, so don't take all of your financial data or information from me. I'm just a guy that looks at the stocks and says, hey, that's pretty good stock. I'm not going to pay $363 a share for Apple. I wish I would have paid for it 10 years ago. Then it would be worth a lot of money, and I would be rich and doing shows with bling on. Lots of bling. Just as Walmart gets in the video game, they said, yeah, we got to get out of the MP3 game. So they decided, they announced this, they said, we recently notified our music partners that we've made a business decision to no longer offer MP3 digital tracks as of August 29th, 2011. We'll continue to provide the support to our customers who previously purchased digital music through Walmart Music Downloads so they may continue to enjoy and manage their existing WMA files. What does that mean? That means that you can't buy MP3s from them anymore, but they'll keep their servers on so you can listen to the existing music that you already have. Once they start turning their servers off and all that digital music stuff goes away, then you might have to start looking for new versions of your MP3s. But we'll see what happens here. Maybe Walmart will get back in the game. Maybe they'll decide to integrate it into their movie system, which is what I think they should do. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to me that you have all these music services, or I'm sorry, movie services like Netflix and Blockbuster and Walmart, and none of them do movies and music. Amazon's the closest, and you buy the movies, you rent the movies, or you buy the music. Does that make it a more valuable company, or what? What are your thoughts on it? Let me know. Twitter me at Geekazine or geekazine@gmail.com. And now the 5 things that I learned this week, and it's brought to you by Stitcher, where if you go over to Stitcher.com/geek, Stitcher.com/geek, put in your email address, download the mobile application for your BlackBerry, your Palm, your iPhone, your WebOS, and the iPad. And I know there's one more that I can't think of right now. You could win yourself $100, and we give away $100, I think it's every month. So enter in your email address and download the application. Get all your mobile podcasts, including the audio version of the 5 tech things you should know about, right to your smartphone. That's over at Stitcher.com/geek, and good luck. Number 5, these shoes are air conditioned. That way your feet won't smell bad and the rest of your body will cool down. Maybe cool down boxers will soon to follow. Number 4, Bruce Willis is set to be the original Joe in G.I. Joe 2. In the sequel, the Joes will have to save everybody from the Takanami building and evil nemesis Hans Gruber. And, oh wait, what? Oh, that was the plot to Die Hard? Oh. It's movies. Regurgitation movies. It happens. Number 3, there's a hamster shredder? Well, not really. It's a shredder that sits on top of a cage, so those espionage documents now can become furniture for your hamsters, guinea pigs, or rats. I hope that Shredder's not upset that he's supplying bedding for his nemesis Yoshi, the rat, the sensei rat from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I had to explain that, so it's not really a joke anymore, but it was still kind of poignant here. So don't use the shredder while the guinea pig's in the cage, though. That's kind of weird. And don't put the guinea pig in the shredder either. That's not a good idea. Anyway. Number 2, not only was Eureka canceled on Sci-Fi, TBS decided to pull the plug on Lopez Tonight. I think George Lopez can blame the Conan guy for taking the spotlight. Bad Team Coco. Bad, bad, bad. And the number 1 thing that I learned this week, the Drudge Report drives more traffic to Facebook and Twitter than any other site. More than LOL Cats, more than YouTube, more than YouKnowYourMamaIsFatWhen.com. And that's a fact, Jack. And those are the 5 things that I learned this week. Happy birthday to the IBM PC. The Model 5150 came out 30 years ago, 1981, August 12th of 1981. Of course, I talk about that on the Day in Tech History, so go over to dayintechhistory.com to get that podcast. It's a daily podcast every single day. You'll always have a cool podcast to listen to. But anyway, 30 years of the IBM PC. The first IBM PC, like I said, the 5150, had 64K of memory. Only had 1 floppy drive. You could get a second floppy drive and cost a whopping $1,500. If you got the second floppy drive, it's another $3,000, I think. If you wanted something with 2 floppy drives and a color monitor, because these were all monochrome 11 to 13 inch monitors at the time, $4,500. And of course, now that machine, the 5150, is not even as fast as my smartphone. In fact, my smartphone could run circles around it 7 times over. But 30 years of PC, and now that IBM's are starting to say, I think that after 30 years, the desktop's starting to die. A lot of people are getting laptops, a lot of people are getting netbooks, these new ultrabooks, the tablets, smartphones, so on and so forth. Pretty much saturate the market, and the regular desktop is becoming the desktop dinosaur. I still use a desktop because there's times that I just need to sit down somewhere and get some stuff done. I can see businesses still having desktops, although they might start getting these smaller desktops. I know we talked about the XI3, which has an attachment that can hook up, and you can actually have 2 to 4 people running off of that machine, like they have their own computer. So it'll get smaller, it'll get better, but it'll still be a desktop. Technically, this is still a desktop. So it's a muddled line where you say this is PC, this is PC. It's still 30 years old, so congratulations to IBM hitting 30 years old with the 5150. What was your first PC? Was it a 5150? Was it a PS2 like me? Was it a 386, a 486, a Pentium 2, Pentium 3, Pentium 4, dual-core machine, quad-core machine, semi-core machine? Let me know. Twitter me at Geekazine or geekazine@gmail.com. I just put a smile on my face. That's pretty cool. Support smarter. You know, we talk about that all the time. Not having to travel to somebody, not having to waste time and money trying to fix their problems when you can do it over the internet. If they've got an internet connection, they say there's something simple like, I need a service pack upgrade, or I need this software installed, or I need this, that, or the other thing, then you can use a program like GoToAssist by Citrix and use it to your advantage, because not only can you install programs, you can install 8 different computers at one time, but you can also use it as a training tool. Because what they can do is you see their desktop, you can control their desktop. They could see your desktop, they can control your desktop. So you could install a piece of software and then turn around and show them how it works, how to use it. And that's the power of GoToAssist Express. For the IBM, for the PC, or for the PC and for the Mac, well, however that works. It's a great program, and it's never failed me. Every time that I've used GoToAssist Express, if I've had a great internet connection, I've had a great experience. Hands down. Don't take my word for it. Put this into your IT toolbox, put this into your training toolbox, and see what the power is. For 30 days for free. For this special offer, all you have to do is go over to gotoassist.com/podcast, or just hit the try it free now button and enter in the promo code podcast, and you'll get a 30-day free trial of this great award-winning software. That's over at gotoassist.com/podcast. Support smarter with GoToAssist Express.
Attention citizens of the world, this is Anonymous. This is not some guy with a bunch of time on his hands with Final Cut making a YouTube video pretending to be some scary hacker. This is really a big scary hacker. I swear to God, we're really mad at Facebook because my ex-girlfriend dumped me, and now she is dating some other guy, and I can't break into her profile.
Alright, this video came out yesterday talking about November 5th, which has significance to Guy Fawkes, which was a British person that ended up bombing the House of Lords, from what I understand. And of course, if you've ever seen those masks, that's basically those little white masks with the mustache and the little Fu Manchu on it. That's Guy Fawkes. That's his likeness on those masks. There's a group called Anonymous, and of course they model after the Guy Fawkes. They use those masks to kind of show their anonymity. Yeah, that's the word, anonymity. And the other day they came out with a video that basically said, we're taking down Facebook on November 5th of 2011. Well, since then, the group Anonymous said that there is a breakout group that has put out that video. They do not condone this. This is not how they work, as they said. But the reality remains that Anonymous, whatever version, whatever faction of Anonymous, has put out this video and threatened Facebook. Now, I think of Facebook like any type of other building in the United States. It's a building where a lot of people work. A lot of people do business. I know I run my businesses through Facebook, like everybody has been taught to do so in the last 2 years. If somebody was to take Facebook down, that does more than just attack Facebook. It attacks every business that built a model on there. Now, they say that the reason why they're taking it down is because your private data, even if you've deleted it, even if you said this is completely private, I don't want anybody to see it, they take that data and they sell it to third-party governments that you might not be really happy about. Whether that's true or not, I cannot justify. I don't know the facts, all the facts on this. I know that there are privacy data issues in Facebook. And I know that everything that I've put into Facebook, if somebody was to collect it, hey, that's what happens. I've got different pieces of information in there, but nothing to really incriminate me, so I really don't care if they have my Facebook data. Because they're just going to see that my band plays during the weekend. They're going to see that I post little pictures and stuff like that, maybe some video. I post stuff like the 5 tech things you should know about, the day in tech history, so on and so forth. But to turn around and say, hey, you know, we're going to take down a whole system like that, especially a system, like I said, that other people rely on. They do business. If Facebook goes down tomorrow, so many people will be out of business because they rely on Facebook as a part of their marketing scheme. I see this as you take down Facebook, it's just like you're taking down a building here in the United States. Granted, there won't be human casualties, but there'll definitely be financial casualties. And we can't have that, not in this time, especially in the last couple weeks when we've been in financial turmoil. We'll be rebounding, and then all of a sudden we'll have some man-made issue. And we don't even know if they're going to be doing like a denial of service attack, or they know some sort of way to get in the back door to take down the whole system, or if they're actually going to do a physical attack. You got to remember, Guy Fawkes bombed the House of Lords, and the FBI should step up their efforts to find who created this video. Because even if this was a joke video, this is not a joke. This is reality, and reality is a lot of people will get affected. Even though they think that they're doing the right thing, they're not doing the right thing. That's my opinion on that, and it's going to be tough to sway me on that because this is a terrorist attack in any way, shape, or form. A threat is a threat is a threat, and websites are big enough that they can be considered very important, just as important as a bombing like a World Trade Center or Oklahoma City bombing. Like I said, they're not taking down a physical building. At least we don't think they're taking down a physical building. They could take down a physical building. That's always a possibility for them saying that they're taking down Facebook. And that's why this needs to be taken seriously. Even though people think it's a joke, I don't think it's a joke. I've gone too long on that, but the reality is we've got to curtail this, nip this in the bud, but don't just take it down. And that's the 5 tech things you should know about. Sorry I had to go on a somber note like that, but we will be back next week with another 5 tech things you should know about. Going to be out this weekend playing at the band. Of course, I'm going to be doing some video for rvnn.tv. You can check me out over there at rvnn.tv. Thanks to Citrix and GoToAssist Express for the sponsorship. And thank you very much for watching the 5 tech things you should know about. Twitter me at Geekazine. Email me, geekazine@gmail.com. And until next week, we will see you on the 5 tech things you should know about. Take care. Brains!